The 49th parallel, marking the boundary between the United States and Canada, has traditionally symbolized peace and cooperation. Yet in recent years, relations have cooled, sparking fears of a looming resource conflict. At the heart of the issue are Canada's vast reserves of fresh water, timber, minerals, and energy resources. The Trump administration's assertive trade policies and nationalistic rhetoric have heightened tensions, casting doubt on the future of this crucial partnership. The implications are significant, not just for the two nations, but for the global community that depends on North America's stability and prosperity. While an outright conflict between the United States and Canada seems unlikely, the risk of a prolonged economic and political standoff is very real. This situation calls for thorough analysis and a dedication to dialogue to avoid further escalation. The world is watching to see if these two longtime allies can navigate this challenging period and maintain their enduring relationship. The Trump administration's stance towards Canada marked a significant shift from traditional diplomatic norms. In 2018, trade tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum were imposed under the pretext of national security, causing economic turmoil in Canada and straining bilateral relations. Trump's repeated public criticisms of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau exacerbated the tensions. The renegotiation of NAFTA, now the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, was marked by significant friction. Trump's demands for concessions from Canada, especially in the dairy and automotive sectors, faced strong resistance, resulting in prolonged negotiations and threats of withdrawal. Although the USMCA was eventually ratified, the process left lasting scars on the relationship, showcasing a more confrontational approach from the US. These actions have fostered a climate of uncertainty and mistrust, raising concerns about the future of US-Canada relations. Canada stands as a resource titan, with immense reserves of natural resources that are increasingly sought after by its southern neighbor. Its freshwater lakes and rivers hold about 20% of the world's total freshwater reserves, a critical asset in an age of escalating water scarcity. Canada's expansive boreal forests, which cover much of the nation, serve as a crucial carbon sink and provide timber, pulp, and paper. The Canadian Shield, a vast geological formation, is abundant in minerals such as nickel, copper, gold, and diamonds. Additionally, Canada is a major producer of oil and natural gas, especially in the western provinces. These plentiful resources have long driven economic prosperity in Canada and have been a cornerstone of its close relationship with the United States. Yet, as resource nationalism gains momentum worldwide, Canada's natural wealth is increasingly seen through a competitive lens rather than one of cooperation, particularly by the Trump administration. This changing viewpoint has sparked worries about the potential for conflict over access to and control of these essential resources. Section 4. A legacy of cooperation, shared waters, shared prosperity. Despite recent tensions, the United States and Canada have a rich history of working together, especially in managing their shared water resources. This collaboration has been a cornerstone of their relationship, fostering mutual respect and understanding. The International Joint Commission, created in 1909 by the Boundary Waters Treaty, is a testament to this enduring partnership. This treaty was a pioneering agreement, setting a standard for future international water management. The IJC is a binational organization tasked with preventing and resolving disputes over the use of boundary waters, including the Great Lakes, which contain a staggering 20% of the world's surface freshwater. This immense responsibility highlights the importance of their work. Over the years, the IJC has successfully addressed numerous transboundary water issues, from water pollution to water levels and flows. Their efforts have led to cleaner waters, better flood management, and more sustainable water use practices. Beyond water, the United States and Canada have a long history of collaboration on a wide range of issues, including trade, energy, environmental protection, and defense. This collaboration has been vital in addressing shared challenges and seizing mutual opportunities. The two countries are each other's largest trading partners, with billions of dollars in goods and services flowing across the border each day. This economic interdependence has strengthened their bond and contributed to their mutual prosperity. They have also worked together closely on issues such as climate change, Arctic sovereignty, and counterterrorism. These joint efforts have been crucial in addressing global challenges and ensuring regional security. This deep and multifaceted relationship has brought significant benefits to both countries and has been a cornerstone of North American stability and prosperity. The legacy of cooperation between the United States and Canada continues to thrive, promising a future of shared success and mutual growth. Section 5. The perils of breaking treaties, environmental and economic fallout. The looming threat of a resource conflict between the United States and Canada poses significant dangers, not only for the two nations, but for the entire region. Ignoring or unilaterally breaking existing agreements, like the Boundary Waters Treaty, could lead to severe environmental damage. Disputes over water distribution could result in unsustainable withdrawals, damaging ecosystems and threatening the livelihoods of millions who depend on these shared waters. Heightened competition for resources might also cause environmental degradation as companies rush to exploit resources without proper environmental protections. Economically, a resource conflict would be catastrophic for both nations. The economies of the United States and Canada are deeply intertwined, and any disruption to their trade relationship would have significant repercussions for businesses and consumers on both sides of the border. Tariffs, trade barriers, and investment restrictions would stifle economic growth and result in job losses. Furthermore, a breakdown in United States-Canada relations would send shockwaves through the global economy, undermining confidence and stability. Section 6. Expert opinions. A spectrum of concern. Experts from both the United States and Canada are increasingly worried about the looming possibility of a resource conflict between the two nations. This topic has sparked intense debate and analysis among policymakers, economists, and environmentalists. Dr. Susan Aronson, a professor of international trade at George Washington University, cautions that the Trump administration's disregard for international norms and agreements has fostered a climate of uncertainty and mistrust, potentially leading to long-term instability in United States-Canada relations. She stresses that this unpredictability is not just a temporary issue, but could have enduring consequences. She contends that a breakdown in cooperation over shared resources would be catastrophic for both nations, resulting in economic hardship and environmental damage. Economic graphs indicate a potential decline in trade, while images of polluted environments underscore the environmental risks. Factories closing and empty shopping malls further depict the severe economic impact. Canadian experts echo these concerns. They are equally apprehensive about the potential fallout from a worsening relationship with their southern neighbor. Dr. John MacArthur, a senior fellow at the C.D. Howe Institute, a prominent Canadian think tank, argues that Canada must be ready to defend its national interests against U.S. protectionism and resource nationalism. He emphasizes the need for strategic planning and proactive measures to protect Canada's economic and environmental future. He recommends that Canada strengthen its alliances with other nations, diversify its trade relationships, and be prepared to take retaliatory actions if necessary. Strengthening international ties and signing new trade agreements could help buffer against potential economic shocks. While opinions vary on the best course of action, there is a clear consensus that the current trajectory of United States-Canada relations is unsustainable and demands immediate attention. The split screen of USA and Canada flags symbolizes the growing divide, while concerned citizens and political analysts underscore the urgency of addressing these issues. Section 7. The road ahead. Uncertainty and the need for dialogue. The future of relations between the United States and Canada is filled with uncertainty, influenced by numerous factors. The unpredictable nature of the Trump administration and its nationalistic policies have strained the relationship, sparking fears of a potential resource conflict. This unpredictability has fostered a climate of unease and suspicion. Despite a long history of cooperation and mutual benefits, the historical bond between the two nations is now under pressure. The current atmosphere of mistrust and rivalry threatens to undo decades of progress. The stakes are high, and the fallout from a deteriorating relationship could be significant. Tackling the root causes of these tensions is essential to prevent further escalation and to maintain the crucial United States-Canada relationship. This requires a comprehensive approach, addressing political, economic, and social aspects. Moving forward, both nations must prioritize diplomacy and dialogue. This involves engaging in ongoing and constructive discussions at all levels of government and society. Open and honest communication is key to rebuilding trust and finding common ground. Without it, misunderstandings and conflicts are likely to continue. Renewing commitment to existing treaties and agreements, such as the Boundary Waters Treaty, is vital for the sustainable management of shared resources. These agreements lay the groundwork for cooperation. Ensuring the sustainable management of shared resources is not just a policy issue, but a matter of survival for both nations. The United States and Canada must also collaborate to tackle emerging challenges like climate change and resource scarcity, which require joint solutions. These issues transcend national borders and demand a united effort. Climate change and resource scarcity are urgent issues that cannot be ignored. Collaborative efforts in these areas will benefit not only the two countries, but the entire world. The stakes are too high to let short-term political decisions jeopardize the long-term interests of both countries and the stability of the North American region. The future hinges on the actions taken today.